Hello and welcome to Discovering in Color. The Gadget Man here to show you my backpacking setup, to show you just how much fun it can be to have a good time in the outdoors. So the great news is that my section hike of the Appalachian Trail has been rescheduled for later on this month in June, and I've got everything laid out here that I'm going to be taking with me, with the exception of my food layout, which I will do in another video, and my clothes layout, and I will probably do that in the video with the food layout. So let's get started here with what we're going to talk about today. Got my two friends here. I've got Coco here and I've got Lucy here, and they are going to watch me do this video, probably not participate too much, but here we go. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with outerwear and we're going to work our way in. For rain gear, I have this Rei Rain Jacket, and I actually showed this in the other video I did, but this is a great rain jacket to take with you. The things I like about it the most is, other than being waterproof, it does have these pit zips right here, so you can ventilate a little bit if you need to. It's got ample size pockets here, which can be zipped shut. It's got a very good size hood, and for those of us who wear hats or have glasses, it's actually got a little cap that goes over it to keep the rain off of you. The sleeves can be closed up, and it's got a very good length to it. So this is a great jacket to have for the rain. Along with that, this is a rain kilt. And this rain kilt is from Z-Packs, so it's a Dyneema rain kilt, and it really works very nice. In the back, it's got a zipper, so that you can adjust the length for your stride or to release a little bit of ventilation. It comes, for me, it comes down right to the top of my knees, which is pretty much perfect. For my backpack that I'm carrying, it's this one right here. This is the Ula Circuit Backpack right here. Really nice backpack, holds about 55 liters at the most is what it'll take. The things I like about it is it does not have a brain like a traditional backpack. It actually has this fold down here, which you can take it and roll it down, so you can make it as large or as small as you need it, depending on what your load is. Especially if you've got a lot of food you're carrying. As you eat that food down and your packet's a little bit smaller, you can make this smaller, and you don't have to worry about the weight of a brain on there. It's got a very nice, large size pocket right here to put quick items into. And what I'll do is I usually put my rain gear and then some other things that I want to capture or I want to grab really quick. I can get those out of it. Two very good size water bottle pockets or gear pockets here on the outside, one on this side, one on the other side. On the inside, I use a trash compactor liner. That will keep your gear from getting wet, because even a waterproof backpack will let water in. This ULA is not a waterproof backpack. Probably really the only disadvantage I can see with it. It's not waterproof, so it's extremely important to have this trash compactor bag liner on the inside. And it's got a couple of other little pocket things in here that you can use to store things in. On the front, I've made a couple little modifications of my own here. I've actually added this little Z-Packs Dyneema bag right here. Good to store gear in, be it a cell phone or anything like that. It's got nice little hooks here that you can clip things on. And on this one particular one here, I clip my smart water bottle. It's a 750 milliliter bottle. It will actually clip on here with this little connection, right here. What it does, this is the 1 liter bottle, not the 750. But all you do is you take it, and this clips onto the top of the bottle. The bottle clips into here, and then with this flexible strap right here, and that's how I secure my water bottle to the front of this pack right here. I also have a nice little hook right here, which I use for my towel right here. And this is just an EnduraCool towel. It's nice because you can wet it down, and there's some magic that it does to help keep you cool. But sometimes I'll take this and I'll just wrap this onto here, so I have my towel nice and handy right here on my chest. So I keep water and a towel on this side of my chest. This side over here, I've got this little pouch right here to put whatever I'm going to store in it. There's also an extra hook here that I can clip something on if I need to. And it's got two large pockets here on the front on the belt that you can store snacks in or anything else that you might need. And that is my pack. As you probably know by now from watching my videos, I'm a fan of the smart water bottles, or really any plastic water bottle that you want to take. I carry 2 of these 1-liter bottles with me, and I carry one 750 milliliter bottle with me. That's pretty much all the water I need, especially on a trail that will have water intermittently through it. If you're going to go hike out in the west, I've been out hiking in New Mexico and some other places like that where water is not always as abundant as you need it. You can always carry more, and I'll demonstrate how I would do that here in just a moment. But these bottles are really great, and when you're done with them, you just get rid of them, buy some new ones. Now let's talk about my sleep system. For sleeping, my pad here is this Nemo pad right here. This is a insulated pad, has an R value of about 3, and it is not a self-inflating pad. You actually have to blow air into it. And it does also come with, maybe I can show it to you here. One of the nice things about this pad is it comes with a inflation sack right here. So you can use this instead of blowing your hot air into it. You actually connect this valve right here to the valve on the air mattress, and you can use this to inflate it. That way you're not getting any kind of a moisture inside of the actual air mattress itself. Like I said, it is insulated, so it'll take you down to a pretty cool temperature, but it's with R value 3.0, you can pretty much use this in 3 seasons. And I'll leave a link to this and all my gear that I'm using here on the bottom description of the video. So the Nemo air mattress, very nice air mattress. Then what I'm going to be using here is this Kamek Bobcat quilt. This is a 45-degree kilt. It's down, and it's a hydrophobic down, so it's meant to repel some of the water. But this is the quilt that I'll be using, and this will just be stuffed directly into the bottom of the backpack that I'm using, because at night it's pretty much going to be the last thing that I pull out. I'm going to use a bag liner, and this is the Outdoor Vitals bag liner here. It's a synthetic liner, so it's not really meant to provide much of any insulation, but it's mainly designed that, once you're dirty and sticky, you can actually get into this and then put the quilt over top of you if you need to, and it will. And it's a good way to do it. Hello there. We have a new friend here. So that's another way to sleep. For my pillow, I have this Eros pillow right here. It's a down pillow, and it's just, all you do is you take it to See the Summit Eros pillow, and you just inflate it. I like carrying a pillow because it's just one of those luxury items. I know a lot of folks don't carry a pillow, but other than clothes, especially we're going to be camping in the summertime, I'm not going to have a lot of things to prop my head up against. So having this little pillow, and the weight is not that too significant for me. I just like having a pillow. All right, the next thing I do is, since I have a backpack that is not waterproof, and even if I have one that was waterproof, I have this ULA Dyneema backpack cover. So in case it is raining, all I have to do is take this out, put it on top of the backpack, and between this and the trash compactor liner, that will pretty much keep out any water that's going to get into the pack. The secret to it is you have to make sure you close up your trash compactor liner. If you leave it halfway undone, or you don't quite close it up all the way, water, even with this cover on top of it, may find a way to seep into there. Next item I'm carrying here is this little Z-Packs pouch right here. This is extremely handy, and what I do is I wrap it around and keep it on the front of me. I keep a Ziploc bag on the inside, but this is a nice one to carry any fragile electronics in that you're worried about getting wet, as well as anything that you might want to carry very quickly. It works really good if you stop someplace and you're staying at some type of a hostel or something like that, and you want to go take a shower or something like that. You can carry all of your valuables in here, and you can take it with you, so you don't have to leave it anywhere. Or if you're going to leave your backpack outside and you're shopping at a store, you can take all of your extremely valuable stuff with you in this pouch right here. So it's basically a man purse is what it is. Next up, some people consider this a comfort item, but it's the old deuce of spades. You could get away with not having one of these. You could just dig a hole with a stick or a rock or something like that and do that. I just like having this little thing right here. It just makes it a little more convenient. Nice thing to have. This is the knife that I take. It's actually on a chain, so you can put it around your neck, or you can hook it onto the backpack or something like that. I like the chain feature because it's a way to not lose your knife. You can actually connect this to something. And this is just a very little tiny knife right here. I picked it up at a kiosk in a mall somewhere. I saw it and I thought it was a good idea because I think a lot of folks will agree with me. When you're out backpacking, you don't really need a really big knife. You just don't. You don't need the big Rambo or Daniel Boone knife. A small knife like this will suffice for what you're doing. Now, if you end up getting in some type of a survival situation, maybe you want something different. All right, when it comes to a cook kit, this is my cooking kit. I carry, this is just a spoon. I don't carry a spork, but it's a titanium spoon. I keep it in this right here. And I found that a spoon will pretty much do whatever you need to do. A fork is nice, but if you're doing meals and you're eating anything from ramen noodles to a prepackaged meal, oatmeal, any of that type of stuff, this will pretty much work for you. Now, if you're going to drag along a steak or a piece of chicken, you do want to eat with that. Well, I have a knife to do that with, although it's not much of a knife, but it would work. But a spoon, I found, solves 95 to 99% of my eating things that I have to do. Plus, you can stir up coffee, you can stir up hot chocolate. You can do a lot of stuff with a spoon. I like the long handle spoons because if you eat some of those meals that come in the packages, you know, the packages are so tall. By having a long handle spoon, you can actually get down in there without getting your fingers all covered up and that kind of stuff. Because you get your fingers covered up, you want to make sure that you wash them off, because if you have scent on your hands and you start touching all of your gear and then you put your gear in your tent, well, guess what? You now have food scent inside of your tent. And you definitely don't want that, especially if you're in bear country. Here's the next part of my cook kit that I use here, and this is the entire thing. This is a little Optimus Heat pouch. Super versatile because what you can do here is this pouch holds any of those prepackaged meals, you know, from Mountain House or Peak Nutrition, any of those type of things. This thing, you can warm your water up, you can put this in here, you can pour what you want to do in there, and then this will retain a lot of the heat for you. It also has little things here so you can hold your meals. Got little hand things here, so however you want to do it, you can actually hold it like that and sit here and eat your meals. For my cooking kit, this is a Optimus windscreen, which goes with my stove that I use here. Now what I got here, I have two pots here. I've got this Toaks Titanium. This is my 750 milliliter pot, and it has handles on the side as well as a grip on the top, and it has a lid on top of it here. Inside of it is where and it's nice and nested. This is a great way of doing it here. This is a Snow Peak cup right here. It's got the handle and it's got the lid. And inside of this is my Msr Pocket Rocket. Great stove. Pocket Rocket 2. And just a little sparky thing here to light the Pocket Rocket 2 with. So those are the only pieces of cooking gear that I take with me. And pretty much what I'm doing is rehydrating things, boiling water, making water for coffee or hot chocolate. And this kit does it perfectly. You want to have one of these plastic tops on here because one thing about titanium is that it will definitely radiate the heat. So you put boiling hot water in here, and if you don't have some type of a plastic thing here, they also have those little hot lips you can put on here. If you don't have that and you touch this to your lips, you will quickly remove it from your lips because it gets very, very hot. All right, the next couple of pieces of gear I want to talk about deal with food storage. When I go out, I've got two different ways that I handle my food storage. The first one, which is the most safest way, is this Bear Vault. This is a Bear Vault 450. It is a big plastic, slightly heavy, a way to keep your food secure from pretty much any animal that's out there. This is approved for a lot of different trails. This has a top that screws off. Just put your food on the inside here, and you secure this down, and then you take it and you hide it under a bush or something like that, someplace that hopefully an animal won't find it. You will definitely keep out any type of rodents, any type of raccoons. It's a bear-proof vault. I just added some stickers to it just to make it a little bit easier for myself to find when I want to go get it. Plus, when you order all this neat gadgets that I have. I just put the stickers on here. So not an endorsement of any particular company, but the stickers just kind of add a little bit of flavor to it. So that's the Bear Vault. That's the slightly heavier option. Another option you can take is, these are an earth sack right here, and the earth sacks are meant to be filled with, you put your food in there. I use this scent-free liner on the inside, and what that does is you actually put your food inside of the scent-free liner, and sometimes I'll have another liner that has, like I'll have a trash bag with food. I'll use a scent-free liner with that, put it inside of here once I'm done eating the food. That's also inside of this scent-free bag. And so far, I've had this for a number of years. I've never had anything mess with it in the outdoors. But this is something you'll take and you can secure it to the side of a tree, or if there are bear lines, you can hang it up on a bear line, that type of stuff. But if there are none, it's designed to be placed on the side of a tree. You just use this right here and you will tie it to the side of a tree. It doesn't have to be up very high. And you can look at YouTube videos of this, and they've put it into grizzly bear pens and that type of stuff. And the grizzlies cannot open this. However, what they can do, or any type of a bear, where they can't get into it and they get frustrated because they can't get in and usually walk away, they will tend to destroy your food on the inside from them chewing on it and grabbing it and doing those type of things. But this is pretty much a foolproof way that if you don't want something to mess with your food, so long as you use these odor-free sacks right here, so long as you don't have food residue on your hands when you're touching the outside, and so long as nothing can smell what's here. I've used these now for I think about 3 years, and I've never had an animal, any type of animal, bear, raccoon, mouse, anything, mess with this bag. Knock on wood. Not a foolproof, that won't ever happen. And I don't want to say it's going to happen on this trip I'm going to take in a couple of weeks, but I will take one of these two systems. I'll either take the earth sack system, or I will take the Bear Vault system. I haven't decided exactly which one yet, but I'm carrying food for two, so that'll kind of determine how much food I carry. It will determine which one of these I want to use, as well as the areas that we're going to stop at. Because I know there is a section near Blood Mountain, if you're going to stay somewhere around there, that you have to have a Bear Vault. There are dates for when it's required. However, bears don't have calendars, so if I'm going to be stopping in that area, more than likely I'm going to take that Bear Vault. All right, two luxury items that I like to carry. This is the Six Moon Designs umbrella, and we're outside so I can do this. People have different takes on umbrellas. I've got to say it's pretty nice if it's raining outside, even if you have your poncho. Yes, that'll keep the rain off of you, but if it's a heavy downpour, you're standing in the rain and rain is just pouring down on top of you. Having an umbrella, and you can put it over your head and get that rain to deflect off of you, it's a comfort item, but it makes you feel a lot better. Because when you get out there in the rain and you're hiking all day long and everything gets wet, that's just to say, it's just going to happen. Everything's going to get wet. To have this umbrella that you can kind of sit under and give yourself some shelter if you're taking a break goes a long way for morale. So I like to carry this. Six Moons Design Silver Shadow. Or if you're hiking out somewhere out as bright and sunny as it is today, if you get out really far west, Arizona, New Mexico, California, having this to block the sun, even on a sunny day, is a godsend too. So hat is nice, but having this umbrella, and this, like I said, this is Six Moons Design Silver Shadow, so it is designed to reflect all of the sun away. It'll help keep you a lot cooler. The other item I carry here is a little urinal. That's just keep it in the tent at night, so when you have to go, all you do, you just open it up, take care of business, close it back up. This saves you a walk, you know, or if it's raining outside, instead of having to go out in the rain and take care of business, you can actually take care of it in the tent. Now, when you're done with this, you want to take this and you want to just keep it outside of your tent. I keep it in the vestibule area so it'll stay dry because you don't want this thing to leak on you. Otherwise, your tent won't be very nice for the rest of the trip. Now, when it comes to tents, what I'm doing is I'm taking my Six Moon Designs Lunar Duo tent with me. And that tent, I'm not carrying it. Angela's carrying that tent here. I'm just carrying all the food. And if you want to see that tent, I do have a video I did on tents a couple of weeks ago. So go back and take a look at that and you can see how I set it up and how it works and how much room there actually is in it. The other thing I carry here is I carry this little Ditty Sack right here. And inside of here, I've just got some personal hygiene items. Kind of show you here real quick. I keep some wipes right here. Excuse me, this is some moleskin in case you get a blister. I've got some wipes right here you can wipe yourself down with. And then just some personal hygiene items here. There's some ibuprofen, toothpaste, hand sanitizer, Band-Aids, just a very light kit right here. Some Imodium in case you get the runs out there, because you definitely want to make sure you can take care of that out on the trail, because spending a couple days before you get to town and not having any diarrhea medicine is not going to make for a very comfortable couple of days. So with that, that is the gear that I'm going to be taking with me on this little section hike of the AT in a couple of weeks. Definitely looking forward to doing it. Can't wait to get back out there in the trail. Now that things have gotten better. They're not perfect, but they're a lot better than they were about a month or two ago. So with that, if you like the video, please hit the little button, little circle over here that says I like the video. It's going to be on my left, your right. And there's also over here on the other side, there's some videos that if you want to watch them, please take a look. I've got quite a few out there now. So with that, if you want to see them, subscribe, so that way hit the little bell button so that when I put a new one out, you won't miss it. And like I said, the next video will be on the food I'm taking, as well as the clothes that I'm taking, and maybe one or two little surprises thrown into that. So with that, thank you very much for watching. The Gadget Man's out, and I will see you guys on the trail. Take care.